to Mrs. Pete's Thrifty Living. I'm so happy to have my sister here with me today, Sharon.
Hello, y'all.
She's from Texas. So, well, let me straighten my hair. Today, I asked Sharon if she would join us and tell you about a life-changing situation she had in her life. She had to make some serious decisions, and maybe someday I might have to make those same, and maybe you will someday. So I thought it would be really good thing for her to talk to us today. So what made all those changes that you needed to do so many things in your life?
Well, 3 years ago in August, I lost my husband, who is and always will be the love of my life. So that was the beginning of a lot of changes.
And what changed? I mean,
our home, which after you lose your spouse, your home almost becomes a house, because everything that you had built together no longer is together, because it's now just you. So I made the decision this year to sell my home and move into a over 55-year-old living, and I love it. It is a place where you have to be at least 55 years, but it has lots of activities and lots of things that you can do to keep you busy. And it kind of fills in a lot of those voids that you have when you are now all alone.
But isn't it more expensive?
Well, if you consider the cost of insurance, we had a very large home with a swimming pool, hot tub, and a water features, a pagoda. And when you consider your lawn guy, your electricity, your insurance, we have, in Texas, you pay property taxes, but you do not have to pay state taxes. So our property taxes are quite expensive. So when you take all of those expenses and put them on a paper, and then you figure out what you're spending for your monthly, if you divide everything by 12, versus what you're spending in a, not an assisted living, but just an adult apartment filled with all kinds of activities, it made sense for me to sell my home and to move to a new location.
Do you mind me asking you what kind of taxes did you pay there? And what did your neighbor pay?
Well, because we are over 65 and our taxes were frozen when we turned 65, our taxes were approximately $4,000 a year, versus my neighborhood, they pay $8,000 or plus $8,000 for the same property. So, you know, we were still getting a good deal, but still, when you consider that and everything else, it made more sense for me to sell my home. My home is paid for, so I have all of that into a investment.
You pay your rent, and it's high enough, but you don't have any power bills, no water bills. What about your internet and those kind of things? Do you pay?
I pay my electricity, which is, compared to what my electricity used to be, it's nothing. And I mean, you know, like about $300 less. My water is like almost zero. I have no maintenance fees. Everything is taken care of. If I need it, I ask for it, and somebody is there to do it. We have so many activities. It's not a facility or a place where you would have your meals included, but we have so many activities that include meals that you really only have to have one meal a day.
Now, do they have coffee around all the time for you to
They have coffee, and they do have continental breakfast in the
continental?
morning.
Is Monday through Friday,
Monday through Friday.
Oh my goodness! So you could,
and it at least once or twice a week there's some kind of activity that includes food, or you bring covered dishes. And
so you went in there with no friends, and then was you just lonely? I know her. She's not, but anyway.
No.
I'm gonna let her tell her.
No. First of all, you know, to have friends, you have to be a friend. And I believe that if you love people and you act like you love people, that they respond in kind. So I've made many, many friends, taken many of them to church with me every Sunday morning. My street that I lived on in my old neighborhood is called Elm Branch Court. And all of those are like family because we've lived in that home since 1998. And so they are my family. And they come over, we play cards together. One of my neighbors comes over every Sunday afternoon, brings Hallmark movies, and anybody who wants to come to the media room is invited. It's just, I've kept my old family neighbors as my family and gained many, many, many new families.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to add to this? Because I know somebody might be facing something like this, and if you are, there's lots of decisions to make. And is there anything else that you would like to add that somebody would find helpful?
Well, it's a big decision when you leave your home. So you have to weigh the difference of, do I want to have all this upkeep and overhead over my head all the time that you worry about, you know, the plumbing, the new roof or whatever? Or do you want to take that paid for home, sell it, invest that money, and live off of it and have a good life, travel wherever you want to, never worry about any upkeep? Or do you want to let things own and control your life?
That's awesome.
And I have decided that little is more, and I don't need a whole lot of things because they're only here today, gone tomorrow, and you can never take them with you. So when it's time to go, I heard this song many years ago. Have you ever seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul truck? And that's what
awesome.
I think of, and I do not need those things.
That's right.
I just want to enjoy life, keep God in the center, because that's
right.
the most important thing.
And we was raised together like that, for sure.
And know that I'm doing the best I can every day, and I want to show Christ to everyone that I meet.
I do want to say today is Sharon's birthday. So
Yes.
we're celebrating. We've been celebrating for a few days now. And tonight we're going to finish it off with cake.
And Joyce is exactly 14 months behind me.
That's right.
So even though I'm the older sister, I'm just a few years, 1 year older, 14 months to be exact.
That's for sure. I want to thank you all for coming along, and just check out all my videos if you would. I have the cooking, we have lots of music. We just did a video of us singing together with our brother, and if you'll look back in my playlist, I have all the music marked. I have all the different, almost all the different subjects. There's a few that's not, but they're well marked. Please comment, share if you know somebody that would like it, and come back for this little family. I'm hearing from some of you, and it makes me so excited to hear your comments. And I just pray God's blessing on you today. If you have a question, ask me. I'll send it on Sharon's Wave, and she'll answer it. And I want to thank her. She's here from Texas, and she'll be going back in a few days. And then we're going to meet back at her house in a few months. And we're just excited for all the visiting. Love my family. God bless you all.